Good evening, guys. This is Cass, back at you with another vape juice review. Tonight is a big one. I'm going to be reviewing 10 juices from the Nova Juice range. Now, these are not to get confused, or not to be confused with the Nova Liquids from France. This is a company based up in the northeast of England, I believe. They're called Nova Juice, and they make some really great premium juices, but ones that aren't going to break your wallet. I've only had a chance to try a couple of these, so a lot of them are going to be completely first impression. What we're going to do is we're going to get into our first juice, and I'm going to vape it, I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and I'm going to say whether I like it or not, and whether I recommend it to you guys. Our first juice today for the Nova Juice range is going to be called Graham's Custard. There we go. The thing I love about Nova Juice's labels that I've been having a look at is that they're all kind of galaxy or space related. I think there's one that isn't, but the rest of them, they're all space related, and I love space. I think that's really cool. What I'm using today is I'm using my trusty dot mod Petri here, and I've got it on a Segale 100 watt mod. It's running at about 50 watts, and it's a 0.7 ohm build. And I'm going to be dripping it on here, having a vape, and going from there, really. The first juice is called Graham's Custard. It's described by Nova as a delightfully thick and creamy custard with a beautiful body of golden grahams. This cereal-based vape is best paired with a cup of coffee. Now, I don't have a cup of coffee with me, so I'm just going to assume that that's going to be cool. Okay, so I've got some in this dot mod here. Let's have a vape and see what she tastes like. Alright, that's a nice juice. As a kid, I grew up with Golden Grahams as a cereal that I had every day. Now, with that juice, I can taste the kind of cinnamoniness in there, and you really can taste some of that. It's almost like crunchy, goldeny Grahams-y taste that anyone who's had Golden Grahams will absolutely remember. The one thing that I'm not getting so much of is that custard. Now, when you hear custard, you think of that flavour, and everyone knows that flavour when it comes to custard. I'm not getting that, and I kind of like that. I know that sounds really backwards, but it's creamy custard, but with a really big hit of Golden Grahams. I have one more vape on this and see if I'm going to get a little bit more of that. Yeah, a touch more that time. I like the fact that they got Golden Grahams in here. I wouldn't have thought to choose that as a flavour, but it works out really well. Not so much on the custard, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So, you know, I'm going to give this one a thumbs up. I think this is a great juice, and I probably would buy it, actually. Let's move on to the next juice. Now, the next juice is called Comet. There we go. The one thing that is worth noting with Nova juices is that you can actually choose your VG to quite an extent. I think they have 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, and max VG, and then all the standard nicotine ranges, which is actually good because a lot of companies, they just kind of choose it for you and you have to go with it. What do Nova have to say about Comet? Comet is a delicious mix of peanut butter, raspberry, and strawberry. Comet will leave your taste buds wanting more. Alright, got a little bit in here. That is really fruity. Really fruity. I can taste the raspberries ahead of anything else. The strawberries are sitting there in the background. I'm getting a little bit of that kind of saltiness that you get from peanut butter, but I'm not getting a huge hit on the inhale or the exhale of the peanuttiness of the peanut butter. This is a nice juice, actually, and raspberries are a brave flavour to go for. Normally it really takes over the juice. This one is nice. You've got the raspberries backed up by that strawberry flavour with the sweetness of the strawberries, and then you've got that saltiness, and I always think salt and sweet go together quite well, and you've got the saltiness of that peanut butter. I'm going to have another hit on it and see what happens. I actually got more peanut butter that time. I don't know whether it's just my mouth getting used to the juice. It's not overpowering, and I like that. It's subtle, it is creamy peanut buttery kind of salty taste, and then you have the sort of the sweetness of the fruit, and the fruit they've actually got is really nice. It's a nice fruit flavour. I've come across some that are quite sharp and horrible, but yeah, this is a good one. I think if I were to change it in any way, I'd probably make the peanut butter the forefront of that, and let the raspberries and the strawberries do their own thing. Let's continue on. If these guys get 10 out of 10 out of the 10 juices, then we're doing really well, and I absolutely recommend checking these guys out. So the next juice we're going to be moving on to is called Cobra Venom. There we go. I want to know where these guys are getting their galaxy pictures from, because these are awesome. Now, they'll probably be a bit clearer if you were to buy yourself a big 30ml bottle or a 100ml bottle, and they do come in those sizes. So what do they have to say about Cobra Venom? Cobra Venom is a unique favourite that offers a delicate blend of citrus fruits and peppermint to bring a refreshing fruity and menthol bite. Now, I'm excited for this because I don't really vape a lot of menthol. When I first started vaping, I did, because kind of everyone does. I haven't vaped menthol in a very long time, so peppermint should be, you know, an interesting experience for me. Alright, that's an experience. And I think it's a good experience. Did you ever have a fruit salad that someone had put mint in, and it kind of just became about the mint with the fruitiness? That's what this is like. It's really, really refreshing, but I'm not sure what's happening. All the flavours work together. It's good. I like the peppermint. It hasn't become a menthol vape. The menthol vapes, normally, you know, they're just about the menthol, and that's all you get out of this. It's really fruity, and that citrus hit just hits you real, real hard. But I'm getting citrus and I'm getting peppermint. I'm not getting anything in between there. So have one more hit and see if it changes. Okay, that time on the inhale, right on the tip of my tongue, I got those sweet fruits and a little bit of citrus. On the exhale, it was a lot of citrus and a lot of peppermint, and that's really nice, actually. I always was the person that preferred the peppermint polos over the standard mint polos, if that makes sense to you. I'm enjoying this. I think you could quite happily tank that and have it as an all-day vape. It wouldn't get boring. It's really not heavy at all. It doesn't overpower your tongue. You could quite happily vape away on that and not feel sickly. It's not too sweet. It wouldn't overdo you. I'm looking for that more and more in vapes nowadays. Something that I can vape on for a long time without it making me go, oh, I've had my fill of this. That Cobra Venom, actually really, really enjoyable. If you're into your menthols and into your, if you're starting out vaping, this is definitely a juice to go for, because those menthols and those fruits will sort of bring you into a world that you may not necessarily have had before. Cobra Venom, I think, is actually at the top of my list right now in the Nova juice line that I've come across. Let's move on to juice number 4 and see what that one's all about. Juice number 4 is called Orange Nimbus. There we go. Orange Nimbus. Now, to me, I guarantee this is going to be, well, obviously an orange flavour, but what twist have they put on it? Because all of these have not been quite as obvious as you'd first imagine. Nova Juice describe Orange Nimbus as a pleasantly smooth breakfast orange with a natural, crisp mango tone. So there's our twist, that mango. Orange and mangoes is a brave flavour. Let's have a vape and see what it's about. With Orange Nimbus, it seems to be quite fairly well balanced mix of the orange and the mango. Neither one is taking the lead on that, and that's quite good, because I've had a lot of orange vape flavoured juices that become just orangey. You could put cream behind it, you could put other fruits behind it, but at the end of the day, it's just orange. This one to me is that beautiful balance, and you kind of just pick and choose what you want to taste about it. The mango's sweet, the oranges have got that sharp citrusy taste. I don't know. It's hard to say, but if you like your mangoes and you like your orange flavours, this will be good. I like that. I really, really like that. You get that fruity notes on the inhale, you get the mango-y sweetness on the exhale, but the balance is still there no matter what you're doing with it. Yeah, Orange Nimbus. This is a good all-day vape if you're looking for those fruity citrusiness. Let's move on to juice number 5. Now, juice number 5 is called Solace. There we go. Let's see what Nova Juice have to say about Solace. Okay, Solace is a classic New York cheesecake with a creamy lemon blend. Solace is beautifully layered dessert, which makes a great all-day vape. I'm interested. I like cheesecake in real life. Let's see how they manage to translate it into vape land. Let's go. This is Solace. It's a New York cheesecake with creamy lemon. That is my new favourite Nova juice. That lemon hit brings you into this world of creamy, cheesecakey biscuit, salt, and I love cheesecake. I am a big fan of cheesecake. This tastes like a lemon cheesecake. If you like lemon cheesecake, Solace is your juice. The lemon's not overpowering, the cream is wonderfully thick, and you get that salty biscuit on the exhale. It's like a journey of juice. I like Solace. I like it more than any of the others so far, even more than the peppermint one. So I'll have another hit on it and let you know my thoughts. All about that lemon cheesecake, guys. If you're into lemon cheesecake and maybe you're trying these new dessert flavors for the first time, having come off cigar-like or any of the other kind of standard flavors, I'd recommend that, actually. I'm a big advocate of desserts. If you've seen any of my other videos, especially the Element ones, their new desserts are pretty great. This absolutely stands up next to those. Alright, so let's move on to juice numero 6. Now, juice numero 6, it's called, now you have to correct me if I pronounce this wrong, I believe it's just called ECR_EU. Now, I did a little bit of research on the name, and apparently it is the name given by a dude who won a competition on Reddit, and this was the name of the Reddit forum, ECR_EU. ECR, or it could be Ecru. Comment below, let me know if I got that right. So, let's see what Nova Vape have to say about ECR EU juice. Okay, ECR, here we go. Designed by Maniac Psycho of the ECR EU community. There we go. The competition win for Reddit's birthday, a candy-like raspberry with a pomegranate and passion fruit undertone. Ooh, I don't think I've vaped a pomegranate vape before. So, let's see how this translates. Let's have a little go on it, and I'll tell you what I think. Okay, that is fruity to the max. The passion fruit and the pomegranate are the two front runners in that juice. The raspberry I'm not so bothered about, but it's a really, really nice rendition of the pomegranate and passion fruit there. Actually, I had pomegranate itself earlier today, and that's basically the same thing. It's really fruity. Like, there's nothing else in there. It's just fruit everywhere. And that's not a bad thing. I like my fruit vapes. I'd definitely, absolutely buy a bottle of this. That's ECR EU, and it just seems to be just fruit heaven. Pomegranates and passion fruits aren't something you normally see on your everyday profile of a juice, and they've done a really good job with this. Just actually as a side note, I mentioned earlier the different VG/PG percentages. I've actually asked for these in an 80-20, as I like it a little thicker, but not like max VG thick. I think you kind of tend to lose some of that flavour when you've not got a lot of PG. That's just my personal opinion. This is all subjective, obviously. ECR EU is a really, really fruity vape. If you like your non-standard fruits, I'd definitely hit that one up. Give it a try. Alright, let's move on to vape number 7. So, this one is called Tropical Glacier. Let's see what they have to say about Tropical Glacier. I like to give the descriptions because then we know what the company expects us to taste, and then we can judge it for ourselves. A blend of tropical fruits with a crisp and icy tone, a refreshingly sweet and minty delight for the warm summer days. The cool peppermint touch accompanying the fruity tone makes for a very tasty juice. So we're potentially going back into the world of menthol here. Let's hope it's not too strong. I'd say fruits and menthol, we know they go together well. Let's see how they've blended it and see how well they've done with it. Okay, so this is Tropical Glacier. It's wonderfully fruity. Nova seem to have their fruit thing down. The mint in this case just gives it that cool texture. You breathe it out, it feels cool on the throat, it feels cool on the tongue, but it's not overpowering the wonderful tropical fruits that they've got going in there. Nova obviously know what they're doing when it comes to these fruit mixes. Tropical Glacier, as I said, it kind of says it by the name here. Yeah, I really can't fault this one. Part of me thinks I'm going through all these saying they're all great, but they really are. I haven't found one I haven't liked yet, and I'm really picky. This is Tropical Glacier. Sweet fruits with that cool undertone, kind of like they describe it. If you want to mix up your menthols and your fruits, again, either Tropical Glacier or the peppermint one that I did earlier. Let's move on to juice number 8. And this one is called Rainbow Dust. There we go. Now, what are they got to say about Rainbow Dust? Alrighty, Rainbow Dust is a complex juice that gains its roots from the rainbow sherbet. Distinct and unique taste, Rainbow Dust offers a different vaping experience and a variety of different tastes on inhale and exhale. I'm excited for this. So I've put some Rainbow Dust in my IDA here, and let's have a little vape, and I'll let you know my thoughts on Rainbow Dust. Ho-ho! That just takes me back to the retro sweet world. That is strong of those sugary sweets that you used to get in tiny little packets in fun bags of sweets. On the inhale, I'm getting a lot of Parma Violet-y sherbetiness, and on the exhale, I'm getting that sharp, fruity, love heart feeling of the juice on my tongue. It almost feels really sugary, like I'm getting a sugar high right now as I vape it. I'm going to have another little hit on it, and I'll let you know if it changes. Yeah, that's retro sweets all the way. If you like your candy flavours and you like your sherbets, strongly recommend going to this. They're right, you do get that slight difference on the inhale and exhale. So on the inhale, I'm getting the kind of Parma Violet-y sweetness, and on the exhale, I'm getting a lot more fruit flavours and fruit notes coming through, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Okay, our ninth and penultimate juice is called Sour Fruit Crush. There we go. Again with these awesome Galaxy photos. Let's have a look at what they say about Sour Fruit Crush. Okay, Sour Fruit Crush is a special and unique blend of sour and sweet fruits to give a tangy taste that is enjoyable all round. Sour Fruit Crush is a mixture of apples, pears, melons and more with some added sour bite. I think with Sour Fruit Crush, actually, to me, all I'm getting off the Sour Fruit Crush is I'm getting kind of sour apples. Like really, really sugary, sweet, sour apples. I know you've got sweet and sour and they're different things, but that's what I'm tasting. I'm not getting many of those other fruits come through. The apple's really, really strong in this. Now, of the 10, I would say this is my least favourite. If you're into those kind of appley, sweet, tangy flavours, yeah, go for this, I guess. I probably wouldn't choose this particular one. I just wish it would live up to that name of having all those different fruits in there. I'm not getting that melons and the pears, and it's just apple and sour. Let's have another go and just see if I can prove myself wrong. Okay, I have to correct myself a little bit. I did get a little bit more of the melons and pears then, but still a lot of apple in there and a lot of that sour after hit. You get the apples on the inhale and you get them on the exhale, but you get it with this added sour tang that, to me, I don't like that so much on the back of my tongue sitting there. I'm not a big fan of those big sour sweets, so that's just my opinion. This might be totally your juice, but for me, unfortunately, I don't like this as much as I like some of the other juices in the line. Let's move on to our 10th and final juice, then we'll wrap everything up. So our last juice is called Strawberry Milk. There we go. The vape world is inundated with strawberries and creams. Let's see if this is any different, because I really hope it is. So far, everything's had a bit of a different twist to it, and I've enjoyed that. Okay, so this one was actually voted Juice of the Year 2015 by the subreddit ECREU. A smooth and creamy milkshake blend with a strawberry body, perfect for those with a sweet tooth. I put some in here. This is strawberry milk. Let's see how it tastes. That's a way to end on a high. That's strawberry milk bottles, straight up. Strawberry milk bottles. On the inhale, on the exhale, it's consistent all the way through the vaping experience. It's a really lovely little vape. It's quite sweet, so I don't know whether I could have it as a real all-day vape, but I could definitely sit back and watch a film and enjoy this with an actual glass of milk. It tastes like strawberry milk bottles. You know, the pink ones that you get in Pick and Mix. Those ones, that's what it tastes like. I'm going to have another hit and I'll continue my thoughts. That is a solid juice. I'm not surprised it won Juice of the Year. It doesn't change. It's consistent on the in, it's consistent on the out. It's milky, it's strawberry, it's creamy. It's not overly powerful in that it'll just make you feel sick, and it won't make you feel sickly. There we go, strawberry milk. There's the bottle one last time. I think this is probably my second or third favourite in the line. My main favourite has to be that cheesecake. Wow, that was incredible. Now, let's get on to pricing of these guys, because what would you normally pay for a bottle of this? Let's say we're looking at a 30ml bottle. Now, normally that's around £15 or £16. No, these guys will sell you 30ml for £6. That is £6. Now, I believe you can get more and more. The 100ml bottles are a mere £18. That's 18 quid for 100ml of these wonderful juices. If you guys go to their website and type in the voucher code Reddit10, all one word, Reddit10, they will give you 10% off, I believe. And 10% off 6 quid is what, £5.40 off 18 quid is like 16.80? I don't know. My maths are terrible. That's a lot of juice for not a lot of money. And these guys definitely stand up to the guys who are charging a lot more for a lot less. Okay, so that has been my 10 juice mega review on the Nova Juice. You can find these guys at Nova Vapes on Twitter. Check them out. Talk to them. They're really lovely guys. I'd like to thank Jamie at Nova Juice for sending these over to me. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button down below. If you like this video, tell me why. Tell me what you like about these juices if you've tried them before. And if you want to thumbs down me, please do. But tell me why. What can I improve on? This is a new channel and I'm trying to refine it all a little bit. So thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.